This is the Daily Share. I'm Michael Anos. Let's get right to it with really an unthinkable story. This is out of a high school in Florida. That a 15-year-old girl admitted to school officials she had sex with multiple boys in a school bathroom, and the numbers here are astonishing. The report states 25 boys entered the bathroom. Now, it's believed she had sex with a handful of them. Now, this happened over about an hour's period of time. Our affiliate WINK says that 5 students were disciplined, total of, suspended, 16 disciplined, and parents, they are just outraged that this could happen at their school.
The only concern is, where were the people in charge when all this took place? Was there anybody watching anything that was going on in the school?
Now, Lee County School District, they gave us this statement that the safety, health, and well-being of our students is our top priority. Student discipline has occurred within the guidelines of the Student Code of Conduct. Then you look at this, the follow-up, the incident was recorded in that bathroom and then shared on social media, so police are investigating that. We could see, what, child porn charges? What a sad mess all the way around. Joining us to talk about this, great criminal defense attorney, CNN legal analyst Danny Savalas, also with us, psychotherapist Robi Ludwig. Robi, I want to start with you, because let's just talk about what happened and potentially mindset here. There's a backstory from local media, specifically WBBH reporting, and this is through mom telling this story, that this girl was a runaway, became a victim of human trafficking for a couple of years, so she was sexually abused. Now, CNN has not confirmed those details, but that's the story we're getting. You hear that backstory. How does that figure into this, Robi?
Well, it would certainly play into it, because it would mean this girl was a victim of sexual abuse in the most horrific way, and she's retelling her story behaviorally through having sex with these multiple boys now. So it's almost like she's retelling her story physically, and there was some kind of traumatic bonding that happened for her sexually. This may be very tied now to her identity, the way she feels loved, and a way to abuse herself at the same time. So it's very sad. This is clearly a girl who needs treatment and an intervention to happen. She's not somebody who should be attacked. She's somebody who needs help. And the boys' mindset, again, the numbers, 25 at least walk in to at least look, maybe? You have to remember, with teens, they're very influenced by their peers. And so when you see a lot of people doing something at the same time, it desensitizes you to what is right and what is wrong. And boys are just overly sexually stimulated as it is. So they might have just told themselves, oh, this is fun, or everybody's doing it, or my friends are doing it, or I don't want to seem like somebody who's going to say no to sex, kind of a macho-esque kind of thing.
Wow.
But the whole situation is unfortunate, because adolescents don't have a sense always of the consequences of their behavior.
Yeah, and speaking of consequences, Danny, so from what we're gathering, it's recorded, it's shared. Listen to the students talking about that angle, then we'll get your take coming out.
And they sent it out like wildfire.
There's girls that saw the video once and it's hurt, and it's just so disturbing to them.
So there you go. Seen now, shared. Danny, what kind of legal trouble could follow?
You know, prosecutors have been charging students, minors, for sex messaging, as it's called, for some time, but it really sort of defies the mission of the justice system and the mission of the juvenile court system, which recognizes, along with the Supreme Court and modern science, what we've all known for a long time, and that's that kids are just different. Their brains develop at a different pace. And to follow up on what was just being talked about is that juvenile brains, the way they develop, they're more likely to, as we say, go along with the crowd and engage in mass misbehavior. And that's why we have juvenile delinquency court, so that we can focus on treatment and rehabilitation of juveniles instead of sending them away to prison, with the idea that as juveniles age, many of them, if not most of them, can get over bad behavior and become productive adults.
So you don't see child porn charges per se coming out of this, but maybe something else to discipline?
Well, you may see child porn charges. They should be in juvenile court, but I would add also that Florida, the state, has been having a lot of trouble with a recently enacted juvenile sexting law that is of questionable enforceability. So these juveniles happen to be in a state where they may not be charged with sex messaging, but believe me, of course, they can be charged in juvenile court with the equivalent of sex crimes of all kinds.
And Robi, the allegation there, and we heard it in that soundbite, that some students were like forced to watch, like in class, hey, did you see this? And it's on the phone. How damaging can that be?
It's hugely damaging because what we know about the internet is these images never go away. So they are there to haunt whoever was a part of these videos, both the boys and this poor girl, indefinitely. You can't get it off the web. So that's the problem we have these days, that mistakes that are made are now documented and you can't get rid of them. And that's problematic.
Yeah. Hey, Danny, Robbie, thanks again, you guys. We hope, again, this 15-year-old girl gets the help she needs, and some lessons are certainly learned through it all. Guys, thanks again. Appreciate it.